Long before he became an international sports icon commanding absolute fascination under the bright arena lights, Chris Cormier was a natural athlete. Growing up in Palm Springs, California, this exceptionally gifted youth excelled in multiple high school sports, including American football and track events. Chris did not discover the iron game out of a simple desire for quick internet validation. His primary goal was to maximize his natural human structural and aesthetic potential. He rapidly discovered an absolutely terrifying genetic response to heavy resistance weight training, developing dense, round muscle bellies with remarkably short recovery times. He combined this elite physical framework with a fiercely competitive mindset, entering local contests and quickly dominating the amateur ranks. Cormier proved very early on that he was a completely unique breed of competitor, a man destined to push the visual standards of the modern professional lineup. What truly transformed Chris Cormier from a standard professional competitor into an absolute mythical figure within the global fitness community was his flow. He possessed what many top historians consider to be one of the single most complete, balanced, and structurally flawless frames to ever exist. When he stood relaxed or executed mandatory poses, his flowing lines, tiny waist, and massive shoulder width created an immediate, breathtaking illusion of total visual perfection. His muscle groups transitioned seamlessly into one another, leaving absolutely no weak points or structural gaps for the judges to criticize during comparisons. He presented an elite combination of extreme density, mature muscle roundness, and razor-sharp skin conditioning under the blinding stage lights. This spectacular completeness turned his public appearances into highly studied historic spectacles, proving that structural harmony will always hold an unforgettable, immense power. The immense potential and hard work hidden inside Chris's elegant frame reached a spectacular competitive peak on the professional Grand Prix circuit. He captured multiple major international titles across the globe, establishing a reputation as one of the single most active athletes. Standing proudly under the blinding arena lights, he systematically defeated the absolute best champions in the world through his trademark combination of raw mass, symmetry, and presentation. He was highly revered for his beautiful, deeply separated thigh sweep and his wide, dense back development that completely filled the stage area during back poses. Winning those massive professional trophies solidified his elite status at the absolute apex of the mainstream fitness industry during the golden era. Chris Cormier became a legendary household name among hardcore purists, showing that a true champion's legacy is built on relentless, consistent physical excellence. While his absolute completeness dominated the international circuit, a highly coveted Arnold Classic crown narrowly eluded him in dramatic fashion. He engaged in legendary, high-stakes battles in Ohio, securing the rank of runner-up an incredible 6 consecutive times in a row. His historic, razor-thin clashes against iconic titans like Jay Cutler are universally considered by top sports analysts to be the single most competitive, intense rivalries the sport has seen. Standing next to dangerous champions, his pristine lines and tight waistline forced the entire lineup to work past their absolute human limits for victory. He never officially captured the #1 spot at that specific historic tournament, but he won the permanent title of the Ultimate King. Top judges openly admitted that Chris possessed the most complete physique on stage, proving that his profound impact on the canvas surpassed the limits of a traditional trophy room. Beyond his spectacular runs at the Grand Prix events, Chris solidified his absolute legendary status on the prestigious Mr. Olympia stage. He consistently secured a place in the highly coveted top 5 positions for multiple consecutive years against the greatest monsters in history. He battled head-to-head against record-breaking legends like Ronnie Coleman and Flex Wheeler, refusing to give his dangerous international rivals a single inch of breathing room during comparisons. He maintained an exceptional level of conditioning year after year, never showing a soft package or a distended midsection under the blinding arena lights. This remarkable consistency earned him the deep, widespread respect of hardcore weight training purists and global fans worldwide. Cormier proved to his generation that his elite status was backed by legitimate, long-term capability, establishing himself firmly among the greatest bodybuilders to ever grace the historic stage. A major definitive factor that elevated Chris above his contemporaries was his profound command over the technical art of mandatory posing. He understood that a massive, elite physique could easily be ruined on stage by poor execution, incorrect angles, or uncontrolled breathing. Cormier transitioned between complex physical poses with absolute, fluid grace, holding difficult isometric contractions without displaying a single ounce of visible fatigue or uncoordinated strain. He knew exactly how to capture the blinding stage lights to accentuate the deep, detailed separations in his massive back and hamstring muscles. While other heavy giants often looked rigid and uncomfortable under pressure, he moved with the supreme confidence of an elite performer. This absolute mastery over presentation mechanics allowed him to consistently defeat larger athletes, proving that posing is an essential, highly calculated weapon in professional competition. The iconic cornerstone of Chris's legendary development was his absolute immersion within the elite bodybuilding culture of Southern California. Training inside the world-famous Mecca, Gold's Gym Venice, he pushed his biological limits alongside the single most dominant athletes of the era. This highly competitive environment provided a brutal, daily source of extreme motivation, forcing him to train with military precision under the watchful eyes of industry experts. He engaged in legendary, high-intensity lifting sessions that became the stuff of gym lore, moving heavy compound iron with absolute mechanical control. Surrounding himself with elite coaches and raw powerlifters allowed him to continuously shock his muscle tissue into new dimensions of growth. This legendary Venice lifestyle solidified his reputation as an authentic iron warrior who lived, breathed, and conquered the definitive golden era of hardcore physical training. Beyond his individual success on the professional stage, Chris was highly revered as one of the single most intense training partners in fitness history. He famously pushed future multi-time Mr. Olympia champion Jay Cutler to his absolute physical limits during their legendary joint sessions. Cormier utilized a high-volume, brutally heavy training philosophy that required complete mental focus and an unbreakable threshold for deep muscle pain from start to end. He refused to allow a single lazy repetition or a drop set, maintaining a fiercely intense atmosphere that forced everyone around him to elevate. This willingness to share his advanced knowledge and push his direct competitive rivals showcased his supreme confidence and his authentic character. He proved to the industry that true iron legends are forged through mutual respect, shared suffering, and an unyielding commitment to achieving ultimate human physical perfection. The true, undeniable measure of Chris's professional longevity was his absolute resilience against severe physical adversity throughout his career. Training with maximum poundages for over 2 consecutive decades naturally subjected his joints and muscle tissues to extreme mechanical strain. Yet, through smart recovery strategies, highly advanced warm-up protocols, and sheer willpower, he avoided the catastrophic tears that permanently ended many athletic runs. He listened to his body with the clinical precision of a laboratory scientist, adjusting his heavy weekly splits to protect his pristine symmetry. Even when dealing with nagging minor injuries or intense exhaustion, he never utilized excuses to justify a subpar package on stage. This remarkable durability allowed him to maintain a world-class presence for an extended period, establishing a legendary standard of athletic endurance that modern competitors admire. Following his spectacular competitive years at the absolute apex of the sport, Chris transitioned seamlessly into an international fitness ambassador. He utilized his immense wealth of real-world experience to educate the next generation of classic and open bodybuilding athletes worldwide. Cormier traveled extensively across multiple continents, hosting highly successful training seminars, posing clinics, and nutritional workshops for thousands of passionate gym lifters. He approached his coaching career with the exact same military focus and authentic humility that defined his historic runs under the blinding lights. He earned the profound, widespread respect of hardcore purists who valued his raw honesty, deep technical insights, and passion for the sport's history. By giving back to the community that built him, Chris proved that his elite legacy extended far beyond the temporary stage, actively shaping the global industry's future. The famous nickname "The Real Deal" was not a simple, manufactured marketing gimmick created by supplement corporations for financial profit. It was a title proudly bestowed upon him by his direct peers, coaches, and hardcore fans who recognized his absolute authenticity. In an era that was starting to see the initial rise of hyperinflated internet hype and political favoritism, Chris stood as a transparent monument to pure hard work, muscle mass, and flow. He never relied on trashy media behavior or cheap public drama to elevate his standing, letting his flawless physical conditioning speak volumes. Whether he was competing in a small European Grand Prix or the massive Mr. Olympia, he delivered a world-class package every single time. This unyielding authenticity permanently secured his place in the hearts of purists worldwide, proving that a real king's crown is built on genuine, undeniable excellence. Chris Cormier has officially stepped away from the blinding lights of the professional stage, but the profound blueprint he left behind continues to shape the sport. He will forever be revered in bodybuilding history as the ultimate real deal who successfully proved that density and aesthetic elegance can exist in harmony. His incredible life journey serves as a powerful reminder that raw determination, structured discipline, and true resilience will always stand the definitive test of time. Future generations of classic and open athletes will continually study his historic posing videos and his flawless structural lines, trying in vain to replicate his magic. He showed the world that a champion could achieve legendary immortality by remaining fiercely true to his artistic vision, fighting through adversity, and protecting his proud legacy. The complete king has permanently etched his name in gold, leaving an unforgettable, powerful mark in history.